Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders, Giants, Lightcore, Brightness, Locke every channel. I was so close to saying supercharged Noir Lock, given how many times I've repeated that over the past week. But that being said, we're going to head out for what was meant to be Secret Vault of Secrets? No, it was Glacier Gully, because we need to get an arcane robot to get into the Secret Vault of Secrets. However, you know, the cutscene that we just skipped, all the unnecessary deep stew that went alongside it, yeah, we kind of wound up taking a direct hit to the engine via the lightning storm that was occurring so naturally. We had a little bit of a crash landing, and now we need the help of these pirates to fix our ship. Sure is inconvenient that Flynn isn't all too good with DIY, otherwise I'm sure he could fix up the ship himself. In fact, he probably brags about being able to do such things, and then when the time calls for it, he's suddenly unable to do so. It's basically like Kenny from Telltale's Walking Dead all over again. He talks up a big game when it comes to violent actions and protecting his family and all that, and then when it comes around to actually having to perform said violent actions, more often than not he winds up being incapable of bringing himself to accomplish such feats. You know, it's threats without being able to back it up, for lack of a better way of putting it. That is until his character arc culminates in the final episode of Season 1 of Telltale's Walking Dead, when finally he is able to step up, and he doesn't save Ben, but he is at least able to give him a more merciful death than the walkers that were coming through the alleyway would. Man, I can't even say alleyway, that's just stuttering incarnate for you. Let's continue absolutely obliterating these fools. I don't even need to concentrate on the gameplay of this character, I can just kind of switch my brain off and win, which is great, obviously. How can I not want such things? Boom! Get wrecked. But say, I just love the fact that there's important, like, unnecessary deep stews along the way when it comes to this game, since they kind of deliver the context as to why we wound up at this level out of nowhere. And yet here I am skipping over said pieces of unnecessary deep stew regardless, because I just can't help myself but push the best button of the video game. Anyway, speaking of best things from a video game, we have Smith Boom! Yeah, let's meme it up, and let's not forget to place into the comment section below the Smith Boom emotes. Yeah, it might be quite upsetting to some of you that I'm no longer decked out in my Christmas jumper, but this is no longer the 12 Days of Skylands. In fact, this particular episode will debut shortly after the finale of that series, so we would have had in the early morning the Superchargers Soul Seekers finale for the 12 Days of Skylands, unless I wind up changing that plan, which certainly could happen. But regardless, that premiere will have only just happened to conclude for 12 Days of Skylands, and now shortly afterward this video is going live, as it's currently a Thursday, and these episodes will be going live weekly, every single Thursday that is. And they're going to get brighter and brighter each time, because that's how the series works. Now let's continue to light these fools with the might of Smith Boom. Yeah, baby! Like I say, don't forget those Smith Boom emotes in the comment section below. And if you want to join the people putting all those Smith Boom emotes in the comment section below, feel free to become a channel member from the low price of 99p a month. It's a huge support of the channel. I appreciate every last person who would dare even consider such things. If it's completely unaffordable, that's absolutely fine. Obviously it's your money and you should choose how best to spend it, but you would be supporting the channel in massive ways. Giveaways, recording equipment, all of that would be completely inaccessible to me, and these videos wouldn't be possible without the very generous donors on the channel who have remained channel members since day one. I really applaud your dedication there to supporting the channel, and I very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But enough of all this sob story. We have Skystones, the introduction of it to the franchise for the very first time. They introduced something awesome, and then Swap Force got rid of it. That was pretty much Swap Force's job, actually, to take away anything that worked about Giants and complete its own, you know, brand newly established identity, only so that then we'd miss it from Giants, and then when Trap Team brought it back, Trap Team by default was considered perfect because it had all those things from Giants that were awesome brought back that were absent in Swap Force. And better yet, it maintained something from Swap Force, which was the jumping mechanic. And everybody loved the jumping mechanic, so having that in Trap Team, alongside all of the returning mechanics from Giants, literally nobody was moaning about that raw awesomeness. Anyway, he's going to play a stone. I'm going to take that stone because I feel like it, no other reason. Yeah, this battle isn't particularly hard, but it does give me plenty of opportunities to push the best button in video game, the skip button. I wound up stuttering again just to make a change, because clearly I don't stutter enough as is. So here we are about to beat him 7-2, a ratio that can't even be simplified. Anyway, that being said, let us acquire that Enfrago Chompy, rather useful for the Skylands batch at the end there. My chair is sinking! Okay, it looks like there's going to be plenty of empty space at the top of the face cam over here. That's exactly what you want to see, more of my wardrobe back there rather than, you know, more of me. I got to hide up all my skin right now. I think showcasing this part of my arm is too much skin for YouTube, so this video might just get demonetized. But yeah, say this chair is garbage. I had it only up to half, and unfortunately it only really locks in when it's all the way down like it is now, or it locks in when it's all the way up. So I'm just going to have to move forward, that way I'm closer in proximity to the camera and you have less empty space at the top of my head. It's just better framing, in other words, which being a media student myself, I have to make sure the framing is good, otherwise it's going to annoy me. And even then, I won't say this is good framing, it's just better than what it was before. But hey, what's the point in doing a lock if you can't have over-the-top reactions seen via a face cam? Okay, you guys have got to go. You're attacking me now, and it's just awfully rude. As you can tell, I'm now superior path because I can launch 3 of these at once! Get red, folks. Get wrecked. Just absolutely annihilated. He's not dead yet, he's about to be. Boom! Told you so. Smithboom is an absolute beast. If Drobot doesn't make it to the end, I assure you, Smithboom most certainly will. His meaniness should give him plot armor, thick plot armor. Now, there is no better armor than plot armor. If I was in a zombie apocalypse show, then before I'd even think about picking up any other form of armor, I'd make sure I got the plot armor. Most convenient armor of all narrative fiction. Or just narrative in general, I guess. Not that life has plot armor, even though sometimes it does feel like life has plot armor. If you watch those compilations of like near death moments, then you just are left thinking, wow, these people have some seriously thick plot armor. Except from in this case, the plot is life itself. Boom, boom, shake room. Oh, yeah, I should probably move out way now before I'm killed and murdered. I don't want to lose character on the 4th level. That would be depressing. But yeah, chill. I'm getting some flashbacks here to the Giants Legendary Lock we did, because obviously Legendary Lightcore Chill was part of that series. And we actually talked about Legendary Lightcore Chill. She's actually a key part as to how I got the Lightcore Chill figurine in the first place, because obviously when I bought this version from CX, she was listed as a Legendary Lightcore Chill, the cheaper version. So I saved money and proof my Giants collection all in one fell swoop. For those of you who missed the premiere on the 3rd day of Skylands, you now get that story to boot. Die, 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 die. I need more death. More of it. More death. Die, 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 die. He's not dead yet. It's rather convenient actually. I prefer him to be a bit more dead, but that's clearly asking too much. In fact, I don't think the game really cares about what I want. Okay, there you go. It's about time. And you know what? We're just going to get all these guys all at once here. Ow. Or not. I was a bit too close there. I missed just how close he was going to be. Boom! Narwhal. Rocks truly are the most powerful substance in narrative fiction ever to have been conceived. Rocks are truly unstoppable. A narwhal went against a rock and lost. Rocks are just so insanely overpowered. Like, what were the developers thinking, coding rocks with this sheer amount of power behind them? It was irresponsible. First, rocks absolutely obliterate machines in Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not even close to a fair fight. I feel sorry fighting machines, knowing that I have rocks in my arsenal, knowing that I have a weapon as powerful as that, and machines don't stand a chance. And yet, here we are in Skylands, facing the same problem. I don't know why I even bothered with Narwhal, since I never would have stood a chance against the Rock. What was I thinking? It wasn't even worth an attempt. The Rock just absolutely obliterated it. Oh, that was a mistake. I pressed A bit too quickly there. At least now I have good defense. Ooh, okay. We can take both of those in one fell swoop. Let's get him! All we need to do is beat this guy and then he pulls on the ship for us, which is convenient because I don't have a giant right now. This series is going to remain giant-free. After all, that's our philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Anyway, Hakuna Matata aside, we're going to take a Drolapse Master. With a Drolapse Master. Did we seriously just lose? Wow. I haven't actually ever lost that before. That's what happens when you mash with the Fuego Chompy a bit too quickly, because I placed the stone in a terrible position, I didn't take anything, and I paid the price for it. That's what I get for mashing the A button. I got a bit too excited talking about how annihilative rocks are. You see, if I had a rock in this Skystones match, then this guy wouldn't stand a singular chance. This time I don't mash the A button, so we're placing that in a far better position. But saying, if only I had access to a rock Skystone, then this guy shouldn't even attempt to play against me because he would stand zero chances of beating me. For rock Skystone would just be too obliterative. Even for Concretron, which has 4 blades all around it, wouldn't stand a chance against a rock Skystone. That's probably why they didn't give us a rock Skystone in this game. They just knew it would be too overpowered. And man, here we go, attacking this guy once more. Yeah, we love attacking him. In fact, we took 2... Did we take 2 stones with one fell swoop? No, we did not. We had that Drolapse Master in the middle for ages there. So, we have acquired the Drolapse Master, thus. Don't mind if we do. Now we're going to skip over that unnecessary deep stew, which is a bit of a rhyme, therefore we're making me a poet without even knowing it. So we have plenty of gold to boot right now. Chill isn't quite maxed out on treasure just yet. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab that treasure chest. It's not exactly far out of the way now, is it? So let's be immersion buttons to the best of my ability. Not that that's difficult, mind you, because I am one good button masher, as you can tell from that button masher skill right there. Let's go, baby. Now we have 8 characters in this, so if we can get through the first 8 levels completely unscathed, that means that we can have up to 1 death in the levels preceding it. In fact, we've got to get up to chapter 9. We've got to beat that unscathed, because then that's 7 deaths over 7 levels. At least I hope that's how the math works. Let's not forget to fire off a cannon. There you go, that's more like it. It'd be very embarrassing if I forgot to fire off a cannon now, wouldn't it? But, you know, we're not going to worry about deaths until they arise. You know, tomorrow's problem is for tomorrow, as they say in The Walking Dead, because I have already referenced The Walking Dead once today. I might as well continue on that spree, because it is one of my favourite franchises for Walking Dead. And it's came to an end now. Whatever am I going to do? I don't have the mainline Walking Dead TV show. They're never making another episode for the mainline Walking Dead show ever again. It's going to be purely spin-offs from this point forward, as well as whatever other comic books Skybound decide to do. Even though I like to ignore them, particularly the Clementine ones they released recently. We have Clementine Book 2 releasing in October of this year, and let's just say I'm not much looking forward to it. If it's anything like the first book, it's gonna suck. So we have fire right here. Let's fire off the cannon. Firing off the cannon in the fire element. Now that's some awesome fire section right there. But now what we're gonna do is switch out for a little bit of Lightcore Eruptor. That's what happens when you place a Skylander onto the portal, completely misjudging where the portal is by not looking and having to place him down twice because you completely missed where the portal was. Let's fire off a cannon a second time. Again, a fire character firing a cannon, and what we've acquired from this is a Lockotron wheel. I alluded to this Lockotron wheel in the previous episode, and now we are finally acquiring it. Yeah, I could go for some wealth. I don't think many of my Skylanders are maxed out on their treasure count. I think Dream Boom is close. Or should I say Smith Boom, because that's the accurate term for it. Let's flip this right round, baby, right round, and skip the cutscene that shows it flipping right round. And we push, baby, push. It's a miracle that we wind up pushing this without melting along the way. I mean, I am a volcano, for Pete's sake, let's just not forget. And it's funny how he mentions us not playing him for full deck, and yet we're going to gain 1 Skystone from this. And we've already gained 1 Skystone from defeating the Boatmaster. If we didn't defeat the Boatmaster and we used a Giant instead, then we'd be going into if the final Sky Stones match against Blackbeard with the exact same amount of Sky Stones in either scenario. You know, whether we beat even just for Boat Master or just for Bandit, same number of Sky Stones. In other words, this game makes no sense, but I don't think realism is the first thing that Skylanders strives for. Let us place down onto the portal a little bit of the inhumane shield. I mean, it's inhuman, but it's also, like, not even close remotely to being human because it's a troll. So it's inhuman in every meaning of the word. Plus, I'm sure that their morals are unquestionably grey, which makes them inhumane. They are cruel, vicious bastards, in other words. Ooh, Chompy. Okay, enough of a Chompy intrigue. We can't even take Chompy because we don't have any stones with downward facing arrows. So instead, let's play some hard defense. And we'll see what he plays next. A Blaster Troll, which we also can't take, but that's fine because this means we still win 5-3 regardless. And a victory is a victory whether we win by a single stone or by several. Now that edit out of the way, we return back to the world of Skylands where we've acquired the Blaster Troll. Duh. And yes, that is just about the only French I know. It would be funny if that was Spanish, but I don't think it is. At least I hope it isn't now that I've said that. What can I say? French and Spanish just kind of amalgamate together for me because I spent my first 4 years of primary school learning French. Then I learnt 2 years learning Spanish at primary school. The last 2 years I was at primary school. Then I spent 2 years at high school going back to French again. And then I spent the last languages year at secondary school learning Spanish. So I constantly went from Spanish to French over and over again. Constantly just kind of amalgamating the two languages together. In my French classes I would be saying Spanish, and in my Spanish classes I would be saying French, and that's why in the end I didn't wind up taking a language. I knew I would fail French because I would just go into the French exam doing Spanish. Boom! Eruption! I mean, that wasn't the attack I meant to do, but it turned out to be effective, so we'll take it. Man, I'm getting rich quickly over here. 10? Count them. 10 treasures? Don't mind if you do. Watch out for the projectile attack and the executioners. Yeah, this guy isn't going to last very long, is he? I think this is kind of like a hint of what's to come with this character. Okay, where did it go? They got to stop running away from me. It's so rude. Oh, and he runs away again. Ow, much pain. This is not okay. Die. Boom. Oh, yep, that's death, alright. And die. Now, my mum might be watching Paddington 2 downstairs, which we talked about in the previous episode, but later on, hopefully, we are going to be watching the Knives Out sequel, because I'm recording this on December 23rd, which means that that sequel only just released on Netflix today. So yeah, hopefully I'll be watching that later. Maybe even in a later episode of the series, I will be reviewing that film for you. Now, let's grab the Golden Tooth. And I hope not to get knocked down again, because that was very inconvenient and I didn't much appreciate it. Don't you dare start spinning on me. Yeah, that's it. Trap your little friend. Oh, nope, he's spinning on me. I hate spinning enemies. Oh, but he just kind of ended his spinning cycle and got obliterated by my pool of lava right there, so we take those. Boom. Yeah, Volcano Might. Boom. Oh, man, that was a snipe, but it wasn't a killing snipe. Sweet, we got some food, which is probably what I'm going to wind up needing if I tank any more hits. If only we had a health Locotron wheel, then we could, I don't know, get a high percent chantage. I don't know why I keep wanting to say chantage. I'm trying to amalgamate the word chance and percentage again, aren't I? Sometimes words just kind of string together for me. They concatenate themselves to make just one behemoth of a word, I suppose. Let's say with Locotron wheels of health, we would have a higher percent chance of getting food from defeated enemies, which I could be doing with right now, because then I would heal any damage I take, making it less likely to lose all of my health, period. Which is a full stop. That's the thing, period could mean many different things. One of which could be a period of time. But it also means full stop, end of the sentence, in other words. I have no idea why they can't just keep it as a full stop, and why they need to give full stop another term, which is period, even though I think period is a main term and then full stop is the secondary term, which is used to simplify things for primary school children. Either way, as primary school children, I think I would have been just fine learning it the regular way. You know, having grown up with period rather than full stop being eliminated entirely, I would have not known any different. So now, I really wish I could skip this, but this is the only Deep doing the game, which is completely unskippable. Checking currently my Elgato, making sure that this is recording just fine, and then I'm switching out the Shroom Boom, realising that this element of the area is life. Let's bring out the Smith Boom. I need to stop calling him Shroom Boom. Every time I call him Shroom Boom, I'm calling him by the completely incorrect name. The name is Smith Boom. If I'm going to call him by a name, I should at least call him by the correct one. Now that hit by the spinny dude was absolute bullshit, but we're just going to write it off and pretend it didn't even hurt like an absolute champ. Oh wow, they're damaging each other. Can you do more of that, please? That'd be very convenient. Oh, they left behind some food. Yes, sir, we needed that. Oh, of course he has more guards. Why wouldn't he have more guards? What pirate captain would he be if he didn't have more guards? Boom! Yeah, get wrecked, people. And then that's what we have these for. And those chompies shall not attack. They shall not attack, I tell thee. I'm so glad that those fungus are a one-shot for the Cyclops. That way I need to deal with spinning much less. And that chompy almost snuck up on me. Luckily for me, there is no such thing as a chompy capable of sneaking up on the mic of Shroom Boom. Take that power hit to the face, sucker. Because he's sucker and he knows it. Oh, watch out. Otherwise, I'm going to wind up being a sucker at this rate. Okay, cool. One of them's dead. Boom, and shake room. Oh, he's still not dead yet. That's a shame. This should finish him. Told you so. Oh, I love me a good bit of Smith Boom, absolutely annihilating everything at hand. We didn't take a single hit that round because I do not count the spinny dude that hit me the moment I summoned on in. That's what I get for acquiring for food, not realising the life section is here and switching out a rope to a little too late. I suppose that's karma for you, instant karma, isn't it? Okay, elemental square, simple enough concept. Just don't place an element square. Well, don't place an elemental stone on that square that doesn't match the element at hand. Really as simple as that, isn't it? So now let's take the stone. Yeah, baby. I believe he only has one firestone, or he doesn't have any firestones, so we should just not place anything near that firestone slot and just make his stone break and form a block. Let's just hope he doesn't have anything with a blade up and 2 blades left, because he could take 2 stones at once, which would be awful tragic. He failed at taking 2 stones at once. We take those. So yeah, let's just take this because I feel like it. No reason. Sure, I leave my stones completely vulnerable, my Lance Master and my trolly friend. But forget the part about making him form a block. I want to take the stone. And we can only be doing that with the Fuego Chompy. Even though had we forced him to form a block on that bottom stone with that Hierarchy and Jouster. In fact, if anything, we would have won by a better ratio, because leaving that slot open meant he could take the Joe Lance Master back. Either way we win, doesn't matter how we got there, what matters is that we took home the victory all the same. And now I have more unnecessary deep stews to be skipping over by pressing the best button in the video game, skip button. Though I can't quite do that for Dreadbeard's cutscene right there, but I can do it for the secondary one. That's what we're talking about. We repaired the ship, and more importantly yet, we completed no lives lost objective, so all 8 Lightcores continue to remain unscathed heading into Chapter 5, where we could be in for a rude awakening with the magic section if I play stupidly, that is. But luckily, Pop Fizz is quite narrative, and once again, like Drobot, I can play him with only half a brain cell, and hopefully still be fine. So, let's put that theory to a test by actually heading out for Glacier Gully without further ado. Are you ready to go? This is about as ready as we get. So, Chapter 05, aka one of my least favourite chapters in this game, because I hate ice physics. Ice physics suck. Whoever thought it was a good idea to implement ice physics into this game, I sincerely hope that they were fired. They suck as a human being for thinking that ice physics are a good thing, and I hate them. I hate their guts. Okay, boom! That was a quick and easy, surefire way of taking out chompies. Anyway, what we have now is our best ghost robot friend. Our BGRM, our best ghost robot friend.
I don't mean to bother anyone.
That's not even what BGRM stands for, is it?
Now just rotate the crystal.
Best robot machine friend is what it stands for, so I suppose I'm getting all my acronyms a twist. Not my tongue a twist, my acronyms a twist. Anyway, we're going to continue skipping over the unnecessary deep stew, and then we're going to get to place onto the portal Lightcore Jetpack. I would happily solo shot the rest of this level for Lightcore Jetpack because he can fly. It makes the tedious sections of this level much less tedious. But first things first, we've got to kill some things. Kill it! Kill it with air, not fire! Oh crap, now I've been knocked down. That's not convenient much. Don't you dare hit me. I'm not even bothering with the Luckatron wheel in this level because it's just an experience wheel, and I've mentioned time and time again that those aren't the utmost useful, shall we say. At least not for this particular playthrough where all the Lightcores are already at level 15. Now a little hack with Jetpack is that whenever you run out of air you can immediately suck back up and refill your gauge. Another hack is to not spin the laser one too many times. That would make this section a whole lot more quicker if I didn't fail so much with the spinning around of the laser. So now we wait.
Nice.
There you go, it's about damn time. I could have got over that block a couple of seconds earlier if I had a jumping mechanic. Boy, how it's inconvenient that I don't have a jumping mechanic right now. So let's mock that block, and whilst that's happening, we're going to grab the story scroll and yet continue to not read it. Yeah, I know it's definitely a massive waste of time for me to be acquiring these story scrolls only to not be reading them, and yet here I am doing it anyway. So let's push this into place. Fantastic. And all we gotta do is spin that other laser right round, baby, right round. Yeah, we spun it like a record player. Right round, round, round.
Nice.
Oh no, not a bag-a-boom. Anything but a bag-a-boom. Looks like we're back to a little bit of chill. Yeah, Giant just loves having you switch your characters back and forth. It's like the game's favourite activity, pretty much. So, we have some Cyclops fools to be dealing with. Luckily, that's what I have range for. Man, I feel sorry for those guys right now. I don't feel sorry for me. I just took that bomb to the face and it hurt a lot, actually. Don't kill that guy. I don't want to kill that guy. Shit, I killed that guy. That's what I get for pressing the skip button with too much eagerness. I wanted this bomb for the legendary treasure. But you know what? I suppose Chill can do without the 100 treasure. At least I'm fully upgraded, so... all I need to, all the treasure would do was increase my count past her already being fully upgraded. In other words, it's not 100% necessary, it just would have been nice. It would have been nice, but not necessary. It's a want, not a need, that treasure. From the legendary treasure. Okay, this is a lot of experience, which is going to waste, given that, again, I'm level 15. I almost got hit by a Fidget Chompy, but luckily for me, almost doesn't count now, does it? Kill some fools! Kill them all! Oh man. Oh, I almost feel sorry for this guy. He thinks he stands a chance. He doesn't. Neither does his little friend too. Oh, a jumping flying axe. Not getting hit by that would be particularly ideal. Okay, there's bomb number 1. And I was about to say bomb number 2, but it faded into obscurity mere frames before I reached it. Rather convenient, actually. But boom, we're going to blow him up. And then we're going to bounce on up to this section right here. Man, do I wish I was playing as Legendary Slamback right now. Then at least I could bobsled over to these. But now I need to rely on momentum, which is unbearable. I hate this section. I hate it so much. Wait, never mind. This is bearable again, despite the frame rate drop, which might not have even picked up on the capture card. I'm not sure. My God, Chiller's good at this. And I didn't even know about it. But with that being said and done, we have to be switching out for Pop Fizz as magic as it popped up, and I would rather be playing this combat scenario as Pop Fizz over Chill any day of the week because Pop Fizz is much better. Oh wow! I can defeat these guys before they even start their attack animations because they start their attack animations when we're down here in the arena pits. That's one way of cheesing it. We're going to leave that food behind for later in case we get hit. Die, 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 die. Okay, now's the time. Bring out the beast. Ow. Okay, maybe then wasn't the time. Okay, cool. You're all dead. Boom, boom. We shake room. Yeah, finish you off. Oh, wow, that has more range than I was expecting. Take my damage to the face! Okay, now that we're out of combat, we're going to come back to our more maneuverable form, our safe form in other words. Grab that food before the chompies do. We're way better off with Popfizz having food in his belly over the chompies. Yeah, take down those chompies right there. Let's get ourselves a little purple ally. Several purple allies, actually. Oh no! I'm mashing the wrong buttons over here. That's not very particularly useful now, is it? Okay, more explodey thingies. Okay, this is what I have food for. I should really start concentrating now before I lose Popfizz to the 5th level. Boy, that would be embarrassing. A character as good as this deserves to last longer. Man, am I glad the axe doesn't damage you under a turn. That would make these guys so much more difficult, man. Okay, watch out for the swing, which we did. Yay me. Boom, get wrecked. And my little purple ally fella's finished the job. We love to see it. And now, so long as I don't take too many hits from this stinking bag of boons, we should be as good as golden. Let's get through this second episode here of the Skylanders Giants Lightcore brightness look completely unscathed. I love the fact though that for Swap Force Lightcore brightness lock, this is acting as a prequel to it, because obviously the 8 Giants Lightcores were also available for that series alongside the 8 from Swap Force. And now I'm back to the tedious section. Oh, never mind, you handled it like a champ. We're going back and forth with the elements over here. I hate knockback. I hate it so much. But let's push this into place. Now we're going to get out wave crystal, let that melt its way. And now you've got to go, son. I got to get my revenge for what you did to me earlier. But say it is a prequel of sorts, because all of these 8 characters were also available in the Swap Force Lightcore brightness lock, and they got killed off awful quickly. Except for obviously for one who wound up becoming the MVP in the end. Spoiler alert much, which is the name of a movie. I didn't watch that movie. Quite unfortunate actually, I heard it was a good movie. Anyway, let's head on through here. I miss a lot of good films in theatres, to be honest, because they'd rather play blockbusters at movie theatres rather than decent indie films, which just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that rather than having indie films showing, instead, during the Christmas season, we have 16 showings of Avatar, 10 of which are in 3D. Never have I ever seen there be more showings of a film in 3D than 2D. But Avatar changed that, because obviously people want to see that film in premium formats. It's such a visually stunning film that not watching it in a premium format does the film an injustice. You've got to watch it in IMAX, or you've got to watch it in 3D. But yeah, you've got to watch it in IMAX 3D. But now, all of that being said and done, we're going to conclude this episode by placing some Lookatron wheels into the machine back here. Man, Callie's room, bit boring actually. Glad I'm not her. I actually have friends. I'm joking, of course. Let's place Wolf into that second slot right there, and at least with one health wheel having been activated, we've now increased our chances of earning food from defeated enemies. And who knows, that slice of food could be the difference between a Skylander having enough health to survive and being killed off. It could literally be the difference between life and death. But all of that being said and done, we're going to conclude the episode right here. Let's roll the outro without further ado. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!